Yo guys, and welcome to the third season of the Stoke City Career Mode. We're kicking off today with this first episode of the third season. And as you can see, we are completely fresh. We have some new objectives for this season. We have some new transfers to do. But first, let's get into these messages. We of course got the new transfer window up. We've got the domestic cup objective, which is to reach the semi-final in the FA or the Capital One Cup. We've got 38.5 million in our transfer budget and 119,000 in our wage budget. That's pretty good in my opinion. We can make something work from that amount of cash. Now our league objective is once again to qualify for the Champions Cup, but in this season I'm gonna try to win as many cups as I can. I'm not thinking this will be the final season. The final season is where we win both the Champions League and the Premier League in one season. I don't think that's gonna happen today. The cup though, or the pre-season tournament we're going with, is probably the one with the most money. It's definitely not gonna be the Champions Trophy. Maybe this one is a bit too difficult, but we have gotten a good team now after those 2 seasons, so we might go for this one. Even though the European Continental Shield might actually be even harder than the European International Cup. Now we're going with the European International Cup. It gives us the most money. Let's just take that risk for getting the most money. We've got some players returning from loan in Moha. That's the first player to come back, with Tom Telford coming back. Oliver Shenton, Joel Taylor, Connor Davies is back from loan, our youth academy player. We've got a pre-contract arrival in Callas and in Guerrero, they are looking nice. We've gotten a transfer for Jack Butland and I'm not gonna let him go. Reject all offers, disallow future ones. Even though he can sell for a great amount of money, I'm not letting him go. Come on, he is too good for us. Our Championship objective is to reach the semi-final, but we won the Europa League last season, so we're now in the Copa Europa. And we're playing against FC Barcelona. That's gonna be a really tough match, but let's just first take a look at Rafael Guerrero, the guy that just came into the team. He is looking really well rounded. He almost looks like a central mid to me, like good pace, decent stamina, but technical is very well rounded. For left mid he's got some great defending stats. Now if we take a look at Callas, he's pretty pacey, but stats like his dribbling for a right back, they are not as good. He looks more like a central back, so we have to train his dribbling. And he can actually play in the centre back position, so we might actually do that one day, because we are a bit short on centre backs. Now we're going into the first training session of this season. And we're training the new boys in, of course, Callas in that Beacherman drill to get his training up. We're now going to sim the first match against Fenerbahce. They are our first opponents in the European International Cup. And Fenerbahce a pretty good side, but Toure, our substitute left mid, makes it 1-0. Now Bazour gets injured. Please don't be a long injury. He was our most valuable player in the last season. He was player of the year. Now Shaqiri makes 2-0, and a men's player of the season, by the way. We surely have won this match. Maybe we can. Yes, Shaqiri makes it 3-0. I was just about to say maybe we can make it a third, and Shaqiri does so. Now we have the second match against Benfica. We're not looking at any transfers yet. I was yet to decide who I'm gonna sign and in which position I'm gonna sign anyone. And Arnautovic immediately gets a red card, but Werner makes it 1-0 as well at the same time, almost. Both in the 5th minute, so we scored and then Arnautovic gets a red card immediately. Now Mbula scores against his former team's rival. He played for FC Porto, of course, now scores against Benfica, which is great. Riedewald has come into the match and has scored a 3-0. So we basically get the same result and we make it 3-0 to in our favor. So we're now on 6 points, so I'm pretty sure we're going through to the next round. Now we're training some more players, in some youth academy players and also some younger players that are not 80 rated yet, but are getting very close to 80 rating. And I want the full 80 rated team at the somewhere before the January transfer window, to be honest. Like it should be possible, but you never know. So that was some pretty decent training as well, as you can see. No real big growth, but of course you have some players to sell. Glenn Johnson has to go. We've now got Callis in the team, and Glenn Johnson is old. He is not a good right back in my opinion anyway, so I'm trying to sell him. And same goes with Howard. We still have Sean Green in the team, and also the other keeper, I don't know his name by heart, and he has to go. Deacon is not higher enough, rated enough to get in the team one day. Taylor we're gonna try and loan out because he's actually looking like he could be a decent talent. Dump Talfit I'm gonna sell, he's just not high rated enough. Moha I'm gonna keep for this season. He 65 rating, I can work with that rating for a left winger. And that's basically it. Bullshit I'm gonna try and maybe trade for some player. And also Gil is gonna go get loaned out this season. We're gonna keep Davis because he's a 1 rating higher. And yeah, he was the one to get loaned out in the last season. Rutjes is also going on loan despite being an exciting prospect and being 64 rated. He's a great talent, but he's not gonna get enough playing time. As you can see, we are probably guaranteed to go through because our goal difference is now 6, and that's after 2 games. That's really, really good. So I think we can get through no matter the result. So I'm playing a really, really bad team just to keep the guys fresh. And so far they have missed a penalty, so we're looking pretty shaky. And there it is. Savannah makes it 1-0 in the Stade Rennes favor. And then it's very, very quick. Shaqiri scores, with Hossein makes it 2-1 immediately after. And we're also gonna lose this match 2-1. So now it's actually a bit shaky if it went through, but we did go through. Now I'm gonna sign another centre back, and this is where I was gonna involve the deal with, how is he called? I forgot his name. Wolfscheid, that's it. I'm gonna try and get Jeremiah St-Just. He's a Dutch talent once more, but I love my Dutch boys. And he can play both centre back and CDM. He is a very, very nice centre back. He's quite strong, but very, very pacey for a centre back. And that's something that might help us out because we have gotten beat. Well, the opposing teams have beaten us a lot of times on a counter-attack in last season. And if we can just have some guy that is pacey enough to keep up with those quick wing men that try to get in those counter-attacks, we might actually look a bit more steady, and we can actually win even more games and score even more goals and keep a clean sheet in almost every match. That will be great. Now we win 3-0 once more. Every game we've won so far has been a 3-0 victory. Now they want 5.9 million added to the Wolfscheid deal. I'm gonna just give him 2 million because let me just see how much Wolfscheid is worth. I think I have to select another player into the team if I want to see what his value is. Let's just put Jack Butland in the deal for really quick. And then Wolfscheid is 4.4 million he's worth 4.4 million. Let's not submit the offer with Jack Butland. So we are now giving them 6.6 million, which should be alright in my opinion. 6.4, I'm fair, sorry. I'm also simming the final. And we did win it 1-0. I wanted to play this match, but I thought that this is too easy. This is getting too boring. This preseason tournament, this is nothing to do with the career mode almost. It's just some nice injection of cash you basically get for it. Heerenveen has now accepted the offer for Jeremiah St-Just. So we're offering him a contract with 4 years and a squad rotation player. 40,000 K of $40,000 of dollars, of course it's dollars, 40,000 pounds of wage. And that's the training session, which was not too good. I'm just gonna go show those training sessions really, really quickly because I don't think they are too interesting, except if a player goes up in his rating. Now we've gotten a training injury for 4 months from Marko Nautovic. That's a shame. That's really, really bad. And for that money, I'm not selling Juve. He's a backup striker and he's still pretty good. So I'm not selling him for that money. Maybe in the next season I will sell him for a great striker. Now we've gotten even more training. Also training Jeremiah St-Just. Still training Callis on a Beecher Man drill. With Guerrero, I'm really not sure what to train him. Do I want to play him as a defensive player? Do I want to use him in left back? I don't know. But now look at this transfer. Gabriel Obertan goes to flipping Bayern München for 22 million. I'm gonna scout this guy because he must have some sort of a glitch that he's this high rated. Then he goes for 22 million to Bayern München. But we are gonna end off this episode with a game against Manchester United. We're playing, of course, our strongest side now with Touré on the left side. Thanks to the injury of Marko Arnautovic. And this looks like a very, very basic Manchester United lineup. Except that De Gea is on the bench. They always sub their great players, it seems like to me. We're gonna start off now with Xherdan Shaqiri on the right hand side. He cuts in with the fakes and looks at Edwin Cardona. And very, very luckily the ball falls to Imbula, but he just got a tap onto it and it got deflected apparently. So we get a corner into Riedewald, who heads it home, and it's a goal. It's 1-0 to Jairo Riedewald with the header after the corner from Xherdan Shaqiri. It's 1-0 against Manchester United, and it goes in the top left corner after this beautiful header. The defenders could have done better, Valdes could have done better. That's why you should line up David De Gea. He is a better goalkeeper than Victor Valdes. Like, he got pretty close, but I think maybe one of the centre backs is in the way, or at least one of the defenders at the near post. So Jairo Riedewald is able to make it 1-0 in the 6th minute already. Now a chance with Gianelli Imbula. He makes a pretty nice run. Cuts in, looks at the right hand side because there is Richard Lee Bazour. Nice move, and with his left foot he tries to put it in the near post, but Victor Valdes this time makes a good save. Now Bazour takes the corner over to Xhaka, who lays it off to Thomas Touré. The header could have been better, but the long shot is pretty decent because he hits the crossbar. Great effort by Thomas Touré. Now it's Daley Blind playing in the midfield today. Passing it over to Memphis Depay now. He was gonna try and cross it in maybe. No, he's gonna dribble it, and there is the cross. Schneiderlin with an all-4 hit on the ball. It's gonna remain 1-0 because that is nowhere near to going into a goal. Now Edwin Cardona over to Timo Werner. He's gonna get it back. Gets past one man. Takes a now he takes a shot and he hits the crossbar. He danced around to his players, then took the shot, hitting the crossbar. Now maybe still a chance. Edwin Cardona, little scoop turn. Tries to pass over to Bazour, but a little interception. He still has it. Gianelli Imbula over to Semedo, who's pushing up very, very far. And that's a great tackle. No, it's not a great tackle. It's gonna be a free kick. And then it's actually a red card. I thought that was an amazing tackle by Marcus Rojo. I thought Marcus Rojo made an amazing tackle on Semedo right there, and he apparently got a red card. Let's see this once again. Actually, that's very, very bad. It will be Edwin Cardona to take the free kick. With his right foot, of course, putting it over to the wall. Putting it through the wall, to be fair. Victor Valdes makes the save. It will be a corner. Xherdan Shaqiri is gonna cross it into Thomas Touré because he's got a lot of space. He's gonna take the hit, and Victor Valdes makes the save. Now into the second half, it's Richard Lee Bazour over to Shaqiri. Shaqiri cuts in, it's gonna take a shot and it's come wide. It's not a bad effort, but it's nowhere close to going into the back of the net. Edwin Cardona now is getting pretty tired because it's the 82nd minute, but he's gonna make his move to cut in. Ball rolls. Takes the shot with his left foot, but Victor Valdes makes a save. But in the meantime, a foul has been made by Bastian Schweinsteiger. So it's gonna be a penalty and a big chance to make it 2-0 in our favor. Look at this, that's a bad chance by Bastian Schweinsteiger. He was not even close to getting the ball. Now the penalty kick is going to go to... Let's just give it to Cardona. He deserved the penalty and he is a great player. He is gonna smash this into the top right. And Victor Valdes went the wrong way. It's 2-0 against Manchester United. We are winning the first match of the Premier League season. And we're taking home the 3 points against a 10-man Manchester United. And we have played very well in this match. And it's a promising result and a promising look on the rest of the season. Let's just make sure we don't concede any goals in this last few minutes. Maybe get a goal, that would be great. And finish 3-0 at the Old Trafford. Look at this penalty. That's a pretty nice penalty, and Edwin gonna make the move, so he deserved it. Now it's Wendell heading it up to Corentin Tolisso to end the match. It's a 2-0 victory at the Old Trafford, and it's a great result for the first match in the Premier League. Manchester United, to be fair, they could have made put up better starting 11 with Aubameyang, maybe Pastore still in the team, David De Gea. So that's maybe something you might say they were not playing their best team. But it's gonna be the end of the episode. No transfers we've made yet. And in the next episode we're playing against Barcelona in the Copa Europa final. That could be the first trophy we pick up this season. And that would be very nice. For now, I'm gonna leave you right here. If you liked the video, please drop a like and subscribe, and then we'll see you in the second episode of the Stoke City Career Mode in the third season. Goodbye.